Hello, Jackson. As I've been saying since 2 o'clock, got a special guest coming into my show today. Sharon Van Etten, playing tonight at the KHOL-sponsored Caldera Festival, the Center for the Arts. We are thrilled to have her in the studio. Welcome, Sharon.
Thank you for having me.
First time in Jackson?
Yes, it is. What a crazy little town you have here.
It is hopping this time of year, that's for sure. So you're originally from New Jersey.
Correct.
Went to college, Middle Tennessee State, Murfreesboro.
You've done your research.
Yeah, I had a band in last week that I interviewed, the Features. They also went to the same school.
I knew those cats.
Ironically.
That's funny.
When did you start performing?
So I guess in high school, kind of, but seriously in my early 20s, like open mics and things like that, and it just slowly developed into playing shows and having a band, but that took years.
So when you went back to Brooklyn, went back to the East Coast after
Yeah.
college, and then just kind of transpired from there.
Yeah, once I moved to New York, I feel like things just started progressing faster.
It's been a crazy year for you, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a crazy 3 years, but this year has been the most intense for sure.
Album came out in February, Tramp. Huge success, a lot of critical acclaim. It's on several Rolling Stone magazine, New York Times, on and on and on the list goes, saying it's one of the best albums so far of 2012, so hats off to you there.
Thanks. It's a mind-blowing.
I'd imagine it is. And the last couple of weeks have to be surreal. Last week you played Outside Lands Festival in Golden Gate Park in San Francisco.
And Lollapalooza, which
The week before,
as a kid, I really wanted to do that. It was like my teenage dreams coming true. It was nuts.
What was that experience like for you?
It was cool. I mean, you see all these bands that you are connected with somehow, with at least just playing music and touring all the time, and also thinking back to all the bands that I used to really love in the 90s that played that festival too, and just how it's an honor to play that kind of a festival.
That's great. Were you able to watch some other performances, or is it all business when you're there?
I got to see Reggie Watts, which is really great, and I heard part of Andrew Bird's set there at Outside Lands. And but there's a lot of running around, because you have a lot of gear to haul. In Outside Lands, we had to take our gear up this insane flight of stairs up a hill. Like, it's very steep. It looked very much like your ski slope out there in front of the stage. Right. But it was a lot of fun.
That's great. You play a song for us, aren't you?
Yes, I'm going to.
What do you have in mind?
A song called Leonard, if that's all right.
Sounds good. Sharon Van Etten on 89.1.
There he goes. He finally closed the door. I turned the lock, feeling more confused than before. What gives
Outstanding. Thank you.
Thank you.
Those of you just tuning in, got Sharon Van Etten in studio performing later this evening. I think she takes the stage at 7:45 on the lawn at the Center for the Arts. Beautiful night. KHOL sponsored event, Caldera Festival. That was great, Sharon. Thank you. Your songs are such an emotional, introspective journey. You able to write on the road, or do you really need a lot of downtime to put the music together that you do?
It's very, very difficult to write on the road because you never find time by yourself. You know, you're in a camp. So there are moments where I can find time, but you know, it's very rare, few and far between for sure.
Right. You're hitting Europe later next month, actually in September.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to end the year in Australia.
Yes.
How's the reaction worldwide been to your successful album, Tramp?
Well, people are coming to my shows, which is really cool.
That's great.
But yeah, people are into it. You know, I'm still, you know, growing a fan base, and I'm still figuring out how to do this and touring with the band and maintaining and keeping it new every show and being entertaining.
Right.
Is a very difficult thing to sustain, but people have been really gracious, and they've been, for the most part, I think, enjoying our shows, so that's good.
That's outstanding. We're sure looking forward to this evening.
So are we.
That's great. You have an all-star cast in Tramp. How did that transpire? You've got guys from the National. You've got Walkman, lead singer Beirut. How'd that all happen?
I just lucked out. I mean, I met Aaron Dessner through a very roundabout way where I saw that he and his brother Bryce and Justin Vernon covered a song of mine at a festival that they put on called Music Now in Cincinnati. And I was about to start recording a record at the time, different record, my last one, Epic. And I decided to write them to see if they were going to be around, if they wanted to play on it, since they liked my music. And they ended up just staying in touch with me because they were recording the records that had come out. But Aaron and I continued to dialogue throughout the years, and we just, the last year of that album, that was not very, sometimes I'm not the most eloquent people. Where am I rambling? So yeah, I met Aaron, and we hit it off, and we hung out and had coffee and just talked about music and our philosophies, and we decided to start recording together. But it was really just between my friends and his friends and who was around in between tours. I mean, with the length of time that we were working on this record, there was a lot of downtime, like in between tours, and friends were actually home. So having a year where it was actually a lot more easier to get people, a lot more easier. I wasn't an English major. Anyway, we just lucked out. Between his friends and mine, and having people having some time off in between tours, they came by, which is really nice.
That's great. So you're booked up through 2012.
Yeah.
What's 2013 going to look like for you? Do you even know yet?
Well, my aim is to write and record and focus on writing as a band instead of me writing all the songs and then going into the studio and telling people what to do. I really want it to be a much more collaborative process. I want to have skeletons going into a practice space and then having my bandmates write the other parts and we work on them together. I think it would be challenging for me because that's something I've never let go of before. And also, you know, to show them that I love them as a band and I want to keep them and I want to keep writing with them.
That's great.
Yeah, they're great people.
Have they been working with you for a little while now?
My bass player, Doug Keith, is also a really amazing songwriter. We've been playing together for the last 2 years. We just hit our anniversary. But Heather Woods Broderick is new to the band. We've been touring this last year together, and she's an amazing songwriter too. And she's been touring with other bands like Horse Feathers and Alila Diane and Efterklang, and she's so pro, but she's so easy to be around, and she has a really amazing songwriter vibe where she can like sense what you want without ever stepping on your toes, and she's very tasteful. And my drummer Zeke Hutchins, we've only been playing together for the last year also. He has played with Portastatic and Tift Merritt, and he was a tour manager before he started playing with me again. And so he's a very level-headed, but he also is a very versatile drummer, and he can play just about anything. So
I was impressed with him. I saw him on a YouTube video from Lollapalooza.
oh yeah, he's so much fun to watch.
That's great.
He's so good. I've lucked out with this band for sure.
Have another song for us.
Yes.
What are you thinking of playing?
I'm going to play Kevin's.
Nice.
I had to think about it first.
Sharon Van Etten on 89.1 KHOL.
True, tell everyone you know. It's all we ask. If it were all up to me, I would say, come up to these truths instead. Dig your own grave. Dig your own grave. Buried in masculine pain all the time, and be all less we know. Crazy, basic, in your own breath, you cough. In your own breath. In your own Take on yourself, it's the only way I will breathe. Temples, temples, in your own breath. In your own breath. In your own breath for me.
Wow. Thank you. It was amazing.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me here.
Great for you to be here. That's for darn sure. Had two interviews now, and then that last 10 days, it's kind of surreal for me, so I appreciate that. Tonight we have Sharon Van Etten at the Caldera Festival, KHOL sponsored, at the Center for the Arts. Gates open now, right now, 5 o'clock. Got Kelly Hogan going on at 6:45, Sharon at 7:45, then headliner Andrew Bird at 9:15. You're gonna have to book yourself where you can stay a little while next time. I know you played Salt Lake City last night, and you're playing
Yeah.
Boulder tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, we're go, go, go. We're in the
Right.
home stretch right now. Just 4 more shows after this.
We sure appreciate you being here, like I said, and everybody get on out to that show.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.